Yep, 2 weeks on the dot again. Oh, joy? Honestly, you just can't make this stuff up. Greetings, fellow Vita fans. This is James with PS Vita at 2 a.m. coming at you once again with another exciting video, but not really. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. So as many of you know, throughout the month, I love to scrounge up as much PS Vita news to bring to you guys in one epic video. And sadly, I wasn't able to do that this month. Well, I mean, the video is epic, but it's epic for all the wrong reasons. Seriously, is that even possible? Everything I was able to find was pretty much negative news. And things seem to be only getting worse for the PS Vita. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section. How does this news affect you? I wish I could bring you more positive stuff, but here we go. My heart is weeping on the inside. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to talk about in this video, and the first thing that we're going to talk about, starting off with the slew of bad news here, is it seems the developers are quite upset with Sony that they were not given advance warning about the PS Vita store closure. In a recent article that thegamer.com made, titled "Meet the Developers Who Are About to Lose Their PS Vita Games Forever." Now this article is extremely long, so I'm just going to try and do the abridged version, but don't worry, I will have everything I talk about linked down in the description below, so you too can share in my pain. A week ago, we reported that Sony plans to close the PS3, PSP, and PS Vita stores. You can still download and play what you already bought, but once closed, the games listed on the stores won't be purchasable anymore. Exclusives will be lost forever, and close to 2 decades of work, guys, will be Thanos snapped. I just love how they have to throw an Avengers reference in there. Although in this case, I think we're all being Thanos slapped out of existence in what's seemingly a cost-saving exercise, without any consideration for the human cost. The gamer also went on to say that they reached out to many devs who will be losing their work as of this year, as well as those who will be losing some of their future projects, along with some who are still racing to beat the deadline to be one of the last Vita games through a pearly gates of Sony's platform. Their words, not mine. That was a pretty good metaphor though. One of the devs went on to say, because the Vita is so different from PS4 and Xbox, the Vita versions of the games took a lot of extra time to make sure it ran well and fitted within the system's memory constraints. It's the version of the game that the team spent the most time trying to get right. I think it's a real shame, to be honest. A developer who worked on various big titles for PS Vita tells me, we're at the point now where there shouldn't even be a discussion about game preservation. My feet are going numb and I'm not even a developer. Other developers are also looking forward to projects that are yet to materialize. Astro Aqua Kitty, which thankfully seems to be actually coming to our platform still, is an arcade shooter that's being announced on April 1st, and one of its release platforms is, you guessed it, the PS Vita. Thankfully, it looks like we're still going to be getting that game, as I said. Oh, I can feel my feet again. We always felt PS Vita development was going to be a risk, developer Dugan Jackson tells me, but we wanted to keep supporting PS Vita anyway, as we really like the console, so we kept maintaining the PS Vita version as we developed the game across multiple platforms. When our report on the closure surfaced, one developer, Lilymo Games, reached out to Sony via email and the support ticket system to see if it was accurate. It got no response. When the news was made official, founder Barry Johnson was forced to make the tough decision to cancel the PS Vita version of the studio's upcoming game. Well, alright, I can't feel my feet again. The developer had been working on this project, codenamed Forest Guardian. Gosh darn it, I hate that we had to lose that. That title sounds completely epic. In the old version of Game Maker 2.4, specifically so it could be released on the PS Vita. For other platforms, the game has to be converted to a newer version of the engine. So yada yada yada, I think you guys get the idea by now. And I got a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of this coming up in the future, guys, games being cancelled. So TLDR, it seems that a lot of PlayStation Vita developers out there are either going to have to cancel their PS Vita game that they were going to have planned for the upcoming year or beyond, be forced to move them to another platform, or in some worst case scenarios, cancel the project completely altogether. This is really disheartening to see, but I think it's something we all pretty much expected was going to be happening at this point. And as if you haven't noticed by now, I don't have any feet anymore. But hold on to your hats here because things are about to get even more worse. Alright, so you guys know how, due to the PS Vita store closing down in August, many people out there are scrambling to get as many digital games as they possibly can for this platform before the August deadline hits, and they become thus nothing more but vaporware. Well, it looks like we might even have less time than that depending on the game, because as you can see from this Reddit post here, Vita games are already being taken down, aka being delisted, and some PS1 games too. And we can just assume that this is in lieu of the fact that the store is closing down altogether. I mean, I suppose it could be some sort of wacky coincidence, but I doubt it. The following games, but not limited to: Gaia Seed PS1, Tomba PS1, Dungeon Travelers 2 Vita, Otiwari Romano Mask of Deception Vita, Otiwari Romano Mask of Truth Vita, and Lost Dimension Vita. And you can tell that my PS Vita heart is breaking right now because I didn't make one cheese reference to any one of the Otiwari Romano games. Unless that just counted. Now, if I'm not mistaken here, I do believe one of the Otiwari Romano games was already delisted earlier this year, but yeah, it's still sad to see this. Now, please keep in mind, from what we know so far, it could depend on what region you currently live in, as some users have stated that some of the games are still up in the region, at least for the time being. So if you have any interest in these games and they are still up in your region, you may want to get them as soon as you can, guys, because who knows how much longer they're going to be up for, if some of them are even up there at all anymore. I guess in that regard, we can just assume that some of the devs and publishers out there wanted to beat Sony to the punch at delisting their games. I don't know, maybe it's some sort of ego thing? I don't know, this is the only metaphor I can think of. And you all know just how terrible I am at my metaphors. And just to top off things on this crappy cherry Sunday, I am sad to announce, guys, that the PlayStation Vita version of Monster Crown has officially been cancelled due to the PS Vita store closing. And for those who don't know what Monster Crown is, it was basically the Vita's answer to Pokemon. It was a game we were all looking forward to, and well, this news certainly didn't make me feel any better. Then again, none of it did. But there you have it, guys. This was all of the PS Vita news I could scrounge up for this week in early-ish April. But hey, did I miss anything? Let me know down in the comments section of what you thought of this news, or if there's anything else you'd love to see me cover in the future regarding stuff like this. I don't know, I was doing pretty good with my metaphors there, and then it kind of just all went downhill. Now, if you'll excuse me, all of this news makes me want to perform Hana Kitty on myself. Let's face it, it was long overdue. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous people who help make this content possible, including Smug Wolf, Jesus Hernandez, Robert Sylvester, Sakib Alam, Kayonko, Michael O'Connor, 1488 Dental, Burzin Mystery, Juan M. Hermosillo, Azumara, Jackie, Eric DeWitt, Tasha Monty, Donut Valley, Romp King, Mazgus, Jamie, Matt Hargett, Dr. Super Artie, Alan Iwazuk, Shin Snake, Joseph Razmick, Freden, Zicrito, Robert Johnson, Bushin Ryu Cat, Milk Sama, Neo Arashi, Reiko Star, Matt Fox, B Mystery, Makis Blob, Pablo Donatino Mejia, Gutter Drums, Phantom XRS, BMF, Hero Acer, Hemdall Imbert, Saul Ramirez, Clayton Merlarkey, Adam Sondi, Kyle Brooks, Joshua Williams, PS Vita S, JR, Jared Hado, Richard Cruz, E-Rock, Kevin Enright, Laurie Sweeney, Per Sterner, Heston Joseph, Jelly, Wendy K, Adam Thury, Aaron Swanson, H-Hitter, David Ray, Skulshire Tugel TCG, Rodrigo Vera, and Larry Anderson. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your name on this end screen here, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have various ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. Likes and shares can help equally as much. And no, I'm serious. I'm gonna go perform Hana Kitty on myself. Sony, you drove me to it.